Okay, the laughing and crying thing. You're fully aware of how to do that,
Well, it
right?
makes me laugh and cry. So if it makes me laugh and cry, then it will succeed if it makes you laugh and cry.
How do you do it, though, hit just the right note and do it so simultaneously? That had to be a skill that you
I have
developed.
no idea. You know, I don't know how I do it because I just know when it's about to happen. I mean, obviously it's going to happen with certain things like somebody dying or somebody losing something big or someone realizing that they have lost something big. But, you know, I'm just going along word by word, sentence by sentence, and I know that the loss has occurred or is about to occur. But it just comes to me how I might shape it, and how I might use an image or a metaphor to make that loss or whatever it is, that death really hit. And I think with this particular group of characters, the group of characters, I felt that they existed sort of apart from me. It was more like I was sitting on a train and they were talking in my head, and so I was just sort of writing down what they had to say. But, you know, simultaneously that I say that, I also know that I was shaping the narrative. But, you know, I think this trilogy, it really is about feeling how history feels when it's passing through you. And sometimes it feels terrifying, and sometimes it feels enjoyable, and sometimes it just feels sad. And I think that turned out to be my subject.
And it's interesting to hear you say that, because I think so much of the time you're not aware of how history is passing through you, right?
I am.
It's the thing, but I feel like sometimes it's the thing you see in the rearview mirror when you've come through it and you look back and say, that was a turning point in my life, and in some ways I wasn't fully aware of it when I was experiencing it.
Well, you know, I always remember, since I was born in 1949, and I grew up in the 50s and the early 60s, so I grew up during the Cold War. And one of my earliest memories is of being aware that everybody could be dead in half an hour. The whole thing could just turn around. Now, why did I know that? I don't know. I grew up in St. Louis. I also knew that the tornado could come any evening, you know. So I was constantly aware that we were on the brink of something, even though we never fell over the brink. Never. Though that one tornado, February 12th, 1957, did go down the street near our house.